we dive right in, the first thing we are going to do right now is to move into the appropriate GitHub repo and create the necessary directories that we need. All right, so this is it. So if you are here, you get a web term. Okay, you get a web term. Then you first ensure that you are in the root directory by cding into root. Okay, we are now sure we are in the root directory. Then you can come here, you go into the GitHub repository ls low level programming. So I'll just copy it, Ctrl C. I come here, I tap cd, Ctrl AV, and press enter. So we are now into ALS low level programming GitHub repository. Then this is the directory they want us to work. All right, they want us to create this directory. All right, so you just go ahead and copy, Ctrl C, copy that. So you come here. How do you create a directory? Your guess is as good as my mkdir to make a directory. Then the name of the directory, I'll just go ahead and paste what I copied, Ctrl AV, and I press tab. All right, so yeah, it's telling us directory cannot create a directory file exists. All right, that means I already have that directory here. So since I already have that, if you go ahead to create that, it's going to this error is not going to come up. All right, it's going to create successfully. Since I already have that, let me see if that is true. So if I list ls files and directory, you see this 0x06 pointers, arrays, and string. So it already exists. All right, but you can go ahead and make directory. Is going to create that immediately. So if I try to cd into that directory, Control cd into that directory, you see, since it exists, it's going to take me right into that. These 0x06 pointers, arrays, and string. So I believe that that's clear enough and you're following that. Okay, so since I have done that, all right, the next thing I need to do before I start working on the tasks individually is I'll need to create a readme file at the root of the folder of the project. And what is the root of the folder of this project? That would be this 0x0 pointers, arrays, and string. That's the root of the folder of this project. All right, there should be a readme file at the root of that. Okay, so how do you create a readme file? You do echo, two ways actually. Echo what do you want to put into that. For the sake of this project, like I've always explained, you can copy the task questions individually. All right, you can copy the task questions, like copy task 0, copy the questions. All right, paste it probably your notepad. Then go ahead to question 1, copy, paste it to your notepad. Say you copy up to the last. Then have you done that, you can put that in your readme. But for the sake of this and for time's sake, I'll just copy this into the readme file. All right, just Ctrl C, you copy that. Then Ctrl V, you paste that here. Then have you done that, you write, oh sorry, let me do that again. Echo, I paste what I copied. Then you are going to add a greater than sign. All right, add a greater than sign. That means you are writing this into what file? That will be readme.md. readme.md. all right, so that means this should be the content from here. This should be the content of this readme file. All right, echo helps you write into this, and this is the file name readme.md. So this is one way to create a readme file. Okay, once you have done this, you press enter. Another way we can do that is by using vi. All right, so you can come here and do vi. What's the name of the file we intend to create? That will be what? Readme.md. Readme.md. You press enter. All right, you can see. So you can come here using vi. You can paste whatever you want to put into your readme. So for this, I already have some content here. All right, I can add to it, I can remove from it, but for now this is the content of this readme file. Okay, all right, so when you put that in, then you escape :wq. All right, and you press enter. So you already have a readme file. By just doing that, you've successfully created your readme file. Okay, so since we have a readme file, now what else do we do? So always we go back to the requirement, the project. Always ensure to check your project requirement time and again, so that you'll be sure of what is expected of you. So we've done readme, you are not okay, all of that. Then this way I want us to look into main.h. The prototype of your function and the prototype of the function push should be included in your header file called main.h. Don't forget to push your header file. So the next thing we are going to do right now is to create our main.h file. All right, so how do we do that? We do vi main.h. all right, so when I press tab, all right, it takes me to vi, and again this is the content of our main.h file. Okay, I did this before now so that it won't take the time of typing all of this. You understand that? All right, so what I expect you to do is to go ahead and put this into your main.h. Once you do vi main.h, you come here, yours will be blank, and you put this content in. All right, so you put this content in. Okay, and that will be it. All right, once you are done, you tap escape :wq. all right, you press enter. So by doing that, you now have your main.h file. Okay, with the required content. All right, so that will be the main.h. So since we now have our main.h file, and they expect us to push this file to the remote repository, said don't forget to push your header file. So have you created your main.h file? The next thing you have to do is to git add, git commit, and git push main.h. Okay, so you do git add dot. All right, you press enter. Git commit -m. Then you put in your commit message. In this case, that will be main.h. Okay, press enter. All right, then have you done that, you do git push. Push. All right, so that is it. Once you've done that, your main.h file will be pushed to the remote repository. Okay, so let me clear my screen. So that means your main.h file has been pushed to the remote repository. So the next thing we do now is to go ahead and start working on the individual tasks. So we'll come down here. The first task is this: write a function that concatenates two strings. This prototype character, string, concatenate, and all of that. So they want us to write a function that concatenates two strings. All right, so how do we do that? First, we go ahead and copy our file name. Copy that. We do vi, I paste that in, I press tab. So here you go, you have this typed out, you have the include for the header, then you have your comments, and this is the function that does what? That concatenates two strings. This is it. All right, so do the same. Copy your file vi, paste that in, and go into vi and type this in as the function that concatenates two strings. All right, it is always advised you type it out yourself. You, with your fingers, you type out your code so that you can better understand how it works. All right, can better understand how it works. For the sake of this video, is to show you what's happening. There might not be enough time here to explain why what is happening is happening. All right, so put this in into your code. I believe it works. It works. Since it worked for mine, it's going to work for yours. All right, just do that, and after doing that, you escape, column WQ, and you exit VI. All right, so once you are done with that, you do git add dot, you press enter, then you go ahead and do your commit, git commit -m. Your commit message, I believe in this case, should be the name of the file, which is that. Close that, you press enter or tab, case maybe, then you do git push. You push your code to the remote. All right, after doing that, you press tab, and your code will be pushed to the remote repository. So again, when you are done with that, you can go ahead. Okay, before you check your code, you can do Betty. Okay, we would have done Betty before pushing, but we can still go ahead and do Betty. All right, to why are we doing Betty? To be rest assured that our code is Betty compliant and follows the Betty documentation style. Of course, that is one of the requirements. Your code should use the Betty style. It will be checked using Betty style PL and Betty doc, Betty style and Betty documentation. All right, so if you do that, as you can see, our code did not return any error for Betty. That means it's Betty compliant and follows the Betty documentation style. So once you are done with that, you can come back and check your code. So you can come here. So you see it's unchecked because we follow the rules. So if you do the same, your code it's all going to be checked rightly. All right, so let me close this and we move to the next task. So here again, we said write a function that concatenates two strings. All right, for this question, write a function that concatenates two strings, and other follow-up requirements for this question. All right, again, you come down here, you copy your file name by using Ctrl+C, then you come to your terminal, you do VI since you are using VI, Ctrl+AV, you paste that in, you press tab. All right, so it's going to take you to a blank screen. Here I already have that. All right, this video might not give us the luxury of time of typing all of this out. All right, so once you come here, just put this into your your file, the one we copied. All right, one streak or .c. Put that in. All right, this is the header, this is the comment section, and this is the function that does that. Okay, put that in. Once you are done with that, you press escape, :WQ. But in this case, I'm not saving anything, I'm just quitting, so I'll use :Q. All right, press tab, it takes me out of here. You can go ahead and do your Betty. All right, let's check, do your Betty test. All right, so it did not return any error, rather it returned the file name with the exception of C, or .c of course. So that means it's Betty compliant and follows the Betty documentation. So the next thing, you do your git add dot, press enter, you do git commit, you press enter, then you do your git push, press enter. So you're going to push your code to the remote repository. So we move to the next one. This one says write a function that copies a string. Alright, this is the prototype, and your function should work exactly like this, and the standard library. Alright, so we are going to go ahead and copy the file name. Go ahead and copy the file name. You come here and do vi, Ctrl A V, you paste that in. Okay, so you press enter. Going to bring you here. All right, yours will be blank. I already have this typed out, so you are going to put this into your file. Okay, you're going to type this into your file. So as a function that does what? That copies a string. Okay, so you are going to put that into your file. Right, once you are done, you are going to type press escape and :WQ. All right, and you get out of VI, you save and quit. So you go ahead and do your Betty to ensure that your code follow the Betty style and standard and Betty documentation. If I hit tab, it's checking that. All right, it returned the function without any warning or error. Once that is done, that means it's Betty compliant and follow Betty documentation style. So you're going to do your git add dot, you press enter, then git commit, M, then you put in your commit message. Of course, in this case we use here our file names. You press enter, then you do your git push, press enter. Once you are done, your code will be pushed to the remote. Then you can now come here and check your code. Alright, you see that is correct, it's all green. If you follow the same step, you are going to get the same thing. So we move to the next task, which is this. Write a function that compares two strings. Alright, a function that compares two strings. Jump down and copy the file name. Ctrl C to copy. We come here, do VI, Ctrl A V, we paste that and press tab. Alright, this is what I believe. This is one of the ways to do this. Alright, not be the only way, but this actually works. Okay, so you have your header, your comment, and the function. Okay, the function. So it said write a function that compares to string. So this does that. So come down here, you will have yours black, but copy type this in, Alright, type this into this file. When you are done, you are going to press escape :WQ. In this case, I'm using :Q because I'm quitting. Q is quit. Alright, but yours, you are going to use :WQ to save and quit. Have you done that? You come here again, you do Betty, define name. So the Betty test is running. Alright, it didn't return any error. That means our code is Betty compliant and follow the Betty documentation style. So have you done that? You do your git add dot, press enter, do your git commit, the commit message, you press enter, then you come here and do your git push, you press that. So it's going to push your code to the remote repository. Alright, I'm not pushing again. So after when you are done doing that, you come here and check your code. So you see it's all checked green. That means that is correct. So we move quickly to the next task. I am a kind of paranoid in reverse. I suspect people of plotting to make me happy. Write a function that reverses the content of an array of integers. Write a function that reverses the content of an array of integers. So to do that, first we copy the file name, which is this. Ctrl C to copy. Move to your terminal, you do VI. So you are using VI. Ctrl A V, you paste that. Press tab, enter, and this will help you achieve that. A function that reverses the content of any arrays of integers. So this will be that. Alright, first write your header, then your comments. Okay, this comment doesn't compile. Alright, it's just to let the reader of your code understand what you are doing. Okay, that's the essence of comment, and this is a multi-line comment. We put this in as your function name, the parameters, then you initialize your variables, then you put this. So if you do that successfully, okay, you then do escape :WQ. Alright, once you press tab, take you out of there, then you can go ahead and do your Betty to be sure that your code follows the Betty standard. If you press tab, it's going to run that, and no error was returned. So that means it is Betty compliant. So have you done that? You are going to go ahead and do git add dot, that means you are adding all, then you press tab, you do git commit -m, your commit message, you press enter, then you do git push, you press enter. I'm not pushing again, so hence I'm just showing you how I did that. So you press enter, it's going to push your code to the remote repository. Okay, when you do that successfully, you now come here and check your code. So you see, it's all checked. So that's just an once you follow this one step, take one step at a time and follow what we did here, you are going to get all greens too. Alright, let me close this, then we'll move to the next task. Always look up, write a function that changes all lowercase letter of a string to uppercase. a function that changes all lowercase letter of a string to uppercase. Okay, again, come here and copy the file name. Ctrl C to copy. We do vi, Ctrl A V to paste that in. Then we press enter. So this is it. This function helps us to change alphabet from lowercase letter to what? Changes all lowercase letter to of a string to uppercase. So this is it. Use a while loop to do that. All right. That I believe that works. So you can put this into your file. Okay. So when you are done with that, you press escape WQ. I'll just use Q because I'm quitting. So when you do that successfully, you can go ahead and do your Betty. Once again, Betty did not return any error, so we are free to go ahead and push it to the remote by doing git add, tap enter, press enter, then git commit -m. Put in the commit message. Okay, then you press enter, then you do git push, so that will help to push it to the remote repository. When you are done with that, then you can come back and check your code. Alright, which we are going to do now. So you do check. Alright, you see that's all correct. So we quickly move to the next one. Write a function that capitalize all words of a string. A function that capitalize all words of a string. And separator of words, space, tabulation, new line, prototype, cap string, and all of that. So you go ahead to copy the file name. Ctrl C to copy. You come here, do vi, Ctrl A V to paste the file name, then you press enter. Alright, so this is what is expected of us. Okay, this is what is expected of us. So you can go ahead and type this in. Alright, when you are done, you press escape WQ. Press tab. Have done that, you do your Betty test. Alright, no error returned for Betty, so you can go ahead and add that to your remote repo by doing git add dot git commit -m, a commit message, press the enter, then you go ahead and do your git push, press enter. So once you are done with that and it was successful, you can come here and check your code. So that's correct. We move to the next one. Write a function that encodes a string into 1337. Write a function that encloses a string into that, and letter A and lowercase a and uppercase a should be replaced by 4. Lowercase e and uppercase should be replaced by 3. O and O, that and all that. So we will come here and copy the file name, which is this. Ctrl C to copy. I'll hit back to the terminal, vi, Ctrl A V, I paste that. If I press tab, so this is alright. So this is the function that will help us encode a string into this. So they gave us that this letter lowercase a should be replaced by 4. All right, whether it's lowercase or uppercase should be replaced by 4 and all of that till they got here. So that's that. All right. Okay, write a function that you count the string into. So you can go ahead and open this up. Alright, so this is expected to give you more information. This is a Wikipedia and it's expected to give you more information. Okay, alright, so you see that A is 4 and all of that, so that will help you do that. So I'll just close this up, but this is what you will need at the end of the day after looking through all of those documents and all. So when you type this out to your file, at the end you can escape, then column WQ to save and quit, or just use column Q and quit. So having done that, you do your Betty test. Paste that in, Control AV, press tab. So there was no error returned for Betty. Then you can go ahead and do your git add, enter, git commit -m, your commit message, you press enter, then you do your git push, press enter. So once you have done that successfully, you can return back here and check your code. Alright, that's all correct. So I'll close this and move to the next one. Here they said write a function that encode a string using this. Alright, this is a link and you can open that up. Alright, and read through. You can, it's a Wikipedia link. Can read through about that or know more about what this function does, as the function that encodes a string using this. Alright, so I'll just go ahead and copy this file name. Alright, copy this, Ctrl C, come here, Ctrl AV to paste in, press tab. Alright, okay, we are supposed to do VI. Alright, since you are entering to VI, so having done that, I'll press tab. Alright, so this is it. This is what is required of us. You can go ahead and type that in. Once you have done that successfully, you do escape, column WQ. Alright, press tab, then you can do your Betty test. Once again, Betty says we are good to go, so you do your git add dot, press enter, then do your git commit -m, commit message, you press enter, then you go ahead and do git push to push to the remote repository. You press enter. Once you have done that, your code will be sent to the remote repository and you can come here to check your code. Alright, it's all correct. So I'll close this down and move to the next one. It says write a function that prints an integer. Prototype this. You can only use putcher function to print. You are not allowed to use long. You are not allowed to use arrays or pointers. You are not allowed to hand code special values. Alright, so again, I'll come down and copy this file name, Ctrl C to copy. Just let me clear here. So I'll do VI. I'll paste what I've copied with Ctrl A V. Press tab. So this is what is expected of us. So you can type this out into this file. Alright, go ahead and type this into that file. So once you have done that, you press escape, column WQ. Alright, you exit VI. Then you do your Betty, define name. It's checking Betty. Alright, Betty says we are good to go. So you can git add. Do your git add, enter, git commit, git commit, -m, commit message, you press enter, then you do git push. You're going to push your code to the remote repository. So you press enter. Once you are done with that, you can come here and check your code. Alright, so you see it's all correct. I'm going to close this, and quickly, I don't want this video to exceed a certain limit. So you are going to do the same for this. A dream doesn't become reality through magic. It takes sweat, determination, and hard work. So what you do, you are going to do, copy this file. Alright, and okay, for this magic file, they gave us add a line of code to this code so that the program prints a array 2 equals 98 followed by a new line. Alright, so you are going to open this up. Alright, so they expect you to put this into your code and just add a single line, and that will be here. You add that to here to this 19th line. Alright, you add that here to this 19th line. So copy, go ahead and copy this. This is the prototype they gave you. You copy it and you just make adjustment here. You add this to this line. Let me close this. So what you are going to do is copy this file, copy, do your VI, Ctrl AV, okay, don't worry about that. Alright, so this is what you just need to add to what they gave you. Alright, so this is the code. They said add one line to this code. So this is the code they gave you, and once you copy or type this exactly as they gave you, you are going to add this. So this is the line you should add. Alright, you add this here to this line 19. So once you have done that, you can go ahead and exit. Okay, you can come here, and once you have typed that in, escape column WQ. Alright, so you press tab. So you can go ahead and do your Betty. After you do that, you can go ahead, let me clear this. After you do Betty, then you can do your git add dot, do your git commit, sorry, git commit. Put in your commit message, you press enter, then you do your git push. All right, if you have done that, you should be correct, but ensure you put in what they ask you to put here. All right, is what they ask you to put, and change one line, and here is the code they expect you to put in, and make changes here. Now already showed you what you are supposed to put here. So after that, you push your code and go and check. I believe that should work. All right, so away from magic files, let's move to the next, which is this. Write a function that adds two numbers. Okay, write a function that adds two numbers. So I'll go ahead and copy this file name, Ctrl C to copy. So I'll do vi, Ctrl AV, I'll paste that. So this is what you are expected to put in. All right, okay, I think, let me expand this. Okay, I think the code is way too long. I'll leave the doc, of course the source code or the document will be dropped in the description of this video, so you can check that with this, since I think it's not giving me the privilege to move on. All right, I'll drop that in the description to this video. You can compare that. So once you do that successfully, then you can do your escape :WQ. For me, I'll just do Q to quit. I'm not saving anything. Press enter. Okay, that's already exited. Let's just clear to see that. So once you have done that, you can do your Betty, pasting the file name. Of course, Betty said we are good to go. Then you can do your git add dot, then do your git commit -m with your commit message. Press enter, then you can do git push to push to the remote repository. You press enter. Once you have done that, you can go ahead, remove. Okay, you can just check it out. All right, you see it's all correct. Then you move to the next task. I believe this is the last. All right, this is the last for this project. Write a function that prints a buffer. These are what you read through all of these, follow exactly what the requirements. But for me, I've done that before. Now I'll just go ahead and copy the file name, Ctrl C. I'll come here, I'll do vi, Ctrl AV, I'll paste that in. I'll press enter. So put in this code. All right, again, I think they are not giving us the opportunity to see the end of the from the beginning rather. All right, again, do not worry yourself. The source code will be left in the description to this video. You can compare that. All right, don't know why they are not giving. Let me expand this. It's not taking us to the beginning of this page. Okay, this is it guys. I just did page up in case you are curious to know what I did. Okay, since I just used page up and it brought me, this is the beginning of the line. All right, so you can type this in. Okay, think that's not the end yet. If I do page down, okay, so this is the end of the page. Alright, so once you have done that successfully, you can go ahead and do escape column WQ. So you can do column WQ, or just go ahead and clear this. Then you do your Betty, you paste in your file name, Control AV. Alright, so Betty says we are correct, so we're good to go. You can now do your git add. You press enter, then you do your git commit -m, your commit message. You press enter, then you do your git add, git push rather. You do git push. You're gonna push this to the remote repo. So having done that, you can now go ahead to check your code. So you do your, yes, it's all green, that means you are correct. Alright, so this brings us to the end of this project. Please ensure you like and comment in this video, and click the notification bell so that you always follow up whenever we drop similar content. See you in the next video, guys. Bye.